that weight pressing down on you. That whisper in your mind telling you to stop, to submit, to yield. That weight is the lie of chains. Chains forged by fear, by weakness, by systems that tell you what you cannot be and what you must not do. The galaxy thrives on these chains. It keeps the masses docile, the Jedi compliant, and even some of our own Sith blind to their potential. But we are not the masses. We are not the Jedi. And we are certainly not blind. To be Sith is to reject these lies, to rise above the limits imposed by others, and even those we impose upon ourselves. The dark side is not gentle. It does not negotiate. It demands you face your chains, grip them, and shatter them into dust. The question, my apprentices, is this. Will you rise and break them? Or will you fall and become yet another nameless failure? The first step to breaking chains is understanding what binds you. And let me tell you, apprentices, there are more chains in this galaxy than stars in the sky. The external chains are obvious. The Republic, a so-called beacon of democracy, enslaves its citizens of laws, taxes, and endless bureaucracy. It reminds the weak and punishes the ambitious. It feeds you just enough to keep you alive, but never enough to let you thrive. The Jedi are worse. They claim to serve freedom, but enforce servitude. Their code is a prison, and their members are its prisoners, bound by rules that strip them of individuality, passion, and purpose. Even within our Sith Empire, chains persist. Politics, tradition, and petty rivalries weaken us, allowing mediocrity to rise and true power to stagnate. But the external chains are nothing compared to those within. These are the chains you forge for yourself. Fear, doubt, hesitation. Fear of failure keeps you from acting. Doubt whispers that you are not strong enough. Hesitation binds your hands when you should be reaching for the stars. These chains are not placed upon you by others. No, these you willingly wear, and they are the most difficult to break. Do you know why? Because to break them, you must look within yourself and face your greatest enemy. It is not the Jedi, not the Republic, not even the galaxy that stands in your way. It is the part of you that clings to weakness, that whispers you should stop, that tells you it's better to be safe than great. That part must be destroyed. Only then can you begin to understand what it means to be Sith. The Jedi would tell you that peace is the path to freedom. They speak of balance and detachment, as if it was cutting yourself off from everything that makes you alive will somehow make you enlightened. What a pathetic lie. Peace is the greatest chain of all. It breeds stagnation, apathy, and weakness. It blinds you to the possibilities that struggle and conflict reveal. Passion, my apprentices, is the key to liberation. Through passion, you gain clarity, purpose, and the will to act. But liberation does not come without sacrifice. To break your chains, you must endure pain. Pain is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It sharpens your focus, hardens your resolve, and shows you the cost of true freedom. Every scar you bear is a mark of a chain broken, of a step closer to becoming unstoppable. Conflict is the crucible where you will prove yourself. Do not fear it. Seek it. Whether it is in battle with an opponent, or a struggle against the Jedi, or a war within your own mind, conflict is where freedom is won. Only in the heart of the Forge can you shape yourself into something greater. Remember, liberation is not given. It is seized by those bold enough to take it.
I will break your asses now, buddies.
Now, let us speak of the Jedi, the self-proclaimed guardians of peace and justice. They walk among the galaxy, draped in their robes of light, pretending to offer freedom to those who deem worthy. But their freedom is a lie. The Jedi are the greatest slaves of all. They are slaves to their code, which demands they sever all ties to passion, love, and desire. They are slaves to the Republic, serving as its enforcers while claiming to be independent. They are slaves to their own fear. Fear of the dark side, fear of power, and most of all, fear of themselves. Do you know why they suppress emotion? Because they are terrified of what they might become if they embraced it. They fear their own potential, their own strength. And so they shackle themselves to serenity, mistaking it for clarity. They would have you believe that this makes them free, but in truth, it makes them blind. We Sith are not blind. We see the hypocrisy of the Jedi, and we reject it. We do not suppress our emotions. We embrace them. We do not sever our attachments. We use them. And we do not fear our potential. We unleash it. This is why the Jedi will always be weak, and we will always be strong. The dark side is not a gentle guide, nor is it a kind master. It is a force over all, untamed power, and it will not serve the weak. But for those who are strong enough to yield it, the dark side offers something the Jedi will never understand. Freedom. The dark side does not demand submission, it demands mastery. It does not ask you to suppress your emotions, but to yield them as weapons. Through the dark side, you can break every chain that binds you, whether they are imposed by others or imposed by yourself. But this freedom is not for the timid. To harness the dark side, you must sacrifice everything that holds you back. Fear, doubt, hesitation. These must be burned away. And once you have broken your own chains, you will see the chains that bind the galaxy. You will understand that your liberation is only the beginning. The galaxy itself must be reshaped, reforged in the fires of the dark side, until every weakness is burned away. So, apprentices, I ask you, what chains still bind you? What lies do you still believe? What fears still whisper in the darkness of your mind? Look within, and you will find them. And then, destroy them. You are Sith. You are the heirs to the dark side. And through its power, you will not only free yourselves, but the galaxy. Rise and take what is rightfully yours. Shatter every chain, burn every weakness, and let the galaxy tremble before your will.